Cool. Well, I guess I should probably start all that over again because I forgot to turn my mic on. Already that time of the day. So what I was saying to myself, while no one else could hear, is that where we left off this morning, if you weren't watching, is that I am trying to turn this mess into a tile map editor for my Game Boy game for the GB Compo 25 Game Jam. So I'm saying, like, I think you have a couple months to build the game, or a month to build the game, but I really want to get this over with. So I'm focusing on this being my first project of the month. I'm going to focus on it all this week because I rather be making Game Boy games than other stuff. So where we left off was we were doing a lot of binary math and some hex math and just trying to figure out how do we compress down all the possible permutations. I still can't say that right. How we can basically calculate all of them by turning the map into a bigger chunk, and then seeing if we could at least figure out a way to map this to if we can come up with a way of mapping this into a system that you can share your code with other people by entering in sort of like a Game Genie style code. I wanted to try something else. I wanted to see, hold on, let me get my my math scratch pad up. If we have 20 tiles, we divide it by 4. That gives us 5 across, but if we did it by 2, that'd be 10 across. I was trying to think if there's a way that we can chunk this up more into bigger chunks so that we can reduce the size of the, I think, let me see, where's my calculation? Where we left off was that basically a level is 34 characters. A little bit thirsty. A level is going to be 32 characters because there are 14 characters for the byte character patterns. There's 23 byte patterns. Is my math correct here? Hold on a second. I'm trying to remember. The thing is, it's really this. It's 15 sections, 17 enemies, which we're going to look into how we can compress that down. And then, excuse me. And then the start. And I think the way that we could do, well, all right, we're going to have to come up with some clever ways of figuring this out. Actually, you know what we could do? Excuse me. I was starting to try to calculate this hot mess, but I was thinking if we get rid of places where we had 3 enemies, it doesn't really get us anything. It's not really the 3 enemies, it's the platforms. It's adding in these 2 platforms screwed up all of my calculations from the other day. And I can just take out 2 by 2 platforms, but I think it should be in there. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. See, okay, this is the problem I have with doing this stuff by hand. This and this are actually dupes. Does anyone know how to... I need to look this up. Does anyone know how to restore the menu? Aseprite, keyboard shortcuts. Those are the action modifiers. 2 or more tools can be seen. I just want to know menus. The menu, it says with the menu bar. How do you Alt? I think Alt F is what I need to do. What's the Alt key? There we go. Hey, I got all my stuff back. Woo. Okay. What I was saying is oh, no, I was wrong. I thought this one and this one, I thought 02 and 0D were the same, but they actually aren't. They were just shift. No, I am right. This 0D is it is a dupe of 00. So are there any other places where I have dupes? Let me just go back and just try to, like, I'm visually trying to see. The real question now is, what do I do with this number? B, C, D. I'm gonna have to do, hey, welcome to the stream. Is it Buddha Array? Is that how to say your hand? I'm bad at pronouncing people's names to begin with, but then, hey, Not, how's it going? Long time. Did I solve the image swap issue? Yes, I did. Over the weekend, I did finally get it. What I wound up doing, I found a plugin that will let you create meta tiles, and then you can swap out a meta tile into the main map. And what it winds up doing is, hey, if you're gonna be in New York next week, hold on, do I have your contact, Nate? I have to have it in my phone, don't I? You should hit me up if you're gonna be in New York next week. It also depends though, because my parents are coming into town. I think they're coming in on Thursday, so I'm going to be busy after Thursday. Why am I not in where's my address book? I was just trying to figure out if I had your message. If I had, Nate. I have your old contact information. You know what? You can either just DM me on X or Blue Sky or whatever, or, I mean, I don't care. My email is jessefreeman@gmail.com, so it's very publicly out there. I don't really care. But well, I was just gonna say, for those who didn't see earlier today, here's sort of a quick prototype for what I was able to do. So I'll just make this a little bigger. So if I hit the B key, you can see in the top left, it's swapping out tiles, right? And if I do this jump, like from here, whoops. If I do the jump, you can't see it now, but let me swap out some more tiles. All right, now, you see this, we have a platform there. Now you see I can actually stand on that platform. And I'm gonna keep cycling through, and as soon as I cycle through and it's not a platform anymore, it basically loses collision and then you fall down. So what's happening is that it's actually catching, it's copying over whatever tiles match here, it's copying over from this source. And this wouldn't have been possible without this this great plugin I found. I was all set up this weekend to go and write this stuff. It's basically this plugin here by Micro 27 called Metatile plugin. And yeah, this saved me so much hassle. I was literally gonna have to write this myself, and I don't know enough about programming on a Game Boy. I don't know anything about programming on a Game Boy, so it wasn't gonna be a very fun task. But we got it up and running. Now the real problem is coming up with a system that will let me simplify. That will let me simplify creating tile maps that I can share with others. I'm just trying to sit here and think through wait, I need to do this up here. I'm just going to shift these over. And I'll just remove one of them. Yeah, hit me up on X, and yeah, we should catch up if you're around. We should definitely meet up. I'm in the city a lot now, so. All right, so we don't need this 12 anymore. Okay, so I think we just reduced it down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I have the math here. Where's my? There are 14 byte characters. Still actually doesn't save me anything, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. How's my math so off? What was the, oh, I need to start recording here too, so I can record this for later. Excuse me. So what am I up to? 11 in hex? $17. Man, if I could just get rid of one of these patterns, it would give me an entire byte, an entire bit back. I got to make sure that there's not something here that I'm missing. Got it. I found it. This is the dupe. So O3 and OC are the same. What I need to figure out is, God, can I download Texture Packer? Well, what's this Texture Packer online? Will this give me... I guess there's no setting. Oh, those are the settings. That's all the settings. I'll just download a copy of this. I own it, but I may own like a very, very old version of it. It's been a long time since I have used this program. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do a sanity check, and I'm going to throw all of the... oh, I just lost my mouse. Oh, I know why. I thought I'd fixed this. The problem right now, my computer is locked up because... Cool. And Parsec is dead too. Shoot. I don't know how to fix this easily. I guess I could do it from this computer. What's wound up happening is that I'm streaming my video signal from my PC to my Mac and then capturing that in OBS. And I'm using, this is just a ridiculous setup. I'm using a thing that shares my mouse between computers so that I can control all these computers from one computer. But whenever it comes to something that you need to give it permission, it locks up and I can't figure out how to get around that. I thought I fixed it in one. I just got to find the right computer. Here we go. If not, I'm gonna have a. Oh yeah, here we go. Yes, there we go. I just had to log into it from a third computer. If this wasn't confusing enough. Okay. Usually I try to install this stuff ahead of time, so I'm not doing it on the stream. Synergy hype. Yeah, it's Synergy. Oh my God, when I worked at Microsoft, they would use that word all the time and it would drive me nuts. So I would do, it was like for those of you who remember Pee-wee's Playhouse, where they had the word of the day and everyone started screaming. Every time someone would say Synergy in a meeting, I'd just start screaming. Those were good days. Good old times. All right, so I installed that, right? Let's see, where did it go? I agree. I agree. Activate my trial. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take the raw image here. Let me go find the patterns. I think it's this bitmap mask. Yeah. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to create, oops, that's a new layer. I'm going to create a new file. Well, none of my keyboard shortcuts are working because my fingers are on the wrong keyboard. This is also, is it locked? Unlocked. All right, we'll copy this. We're going to create a new, something is not right. Why is this not? There we go. The one thing I need to fix though is I need to make all of these black. And I need to make sure that none of these have these little like dangly things where it's not going to work. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this into Texture Packer. I'm going to tell it the size of each of the segments, and then I want to see how many unique sprites it gives me back, and then that'll give me a good count to see if my count is accurate or not. I'm going to save this as a PNG. We're just going to call this test pattern sprite sheet. Okay, and now in Texture Packer, add sprites, GB Studio, Reaper Boy, here we go. Now I just got to remember how to use this stupid thing. Sprite settings. Settings, output, trim, advanced settings. All right, where can we define the size of the sprite? Sprites, trim margin. Display outlines. That's one triangle. Auto fit. All right, that's extrude, which we only need for if we're doing 3D. Border padding, we don't need. All right, we don't need any of this stuff. Detect identical sprites. Allow rotation, multi-pack. Whatever, size constraints. I don't need any of this stuff. All I need to do is tell it how to sprite scaling, enable. Oh my God, is there not a way to like, there used to be a way of setting it to view, tools, grid. Here we go. It is a sprite is 6 by 2. Oh wait, the sprite width is Wait, no. Hold on a second. The grid column is... What was the... sprite size. 144 by 144 is... Whoops. Is 144 by 144. Is that... All right. Oh, wait. A sprite width 5 times 8 is 80. And then a sprite height is 2 times 8, 16. All right. And now we need to... Wait, if it's 144 by 144, how many... 144 divided by 8 is 18 by 18. So this is 18 by 18. And a sprite width, shape padding. We don't need any shape padding. We don't need border padding. Why is this not giving me... What are the... Oh my God, what is going on here? Oh, this thing is cutting them up. I don't need 96 sprites. And I don't think I even cut it up the right way. Whoops, let me get rid of this. Oh, you stupid thing. Cool. You are not what I wanted at all. And stop opening different new instances of a sprite. Delete that. Okay, let's see if there's a online sprite sheet maker. Cool. Free online sprite editor. What I need though is something that's going to I need something that's going to find the duplicates. Game Boy, Assets, Reaper Boy. Customize the background padding. Make your own sprite sheets can be tedious. Rows 2 by 4 by 6. Was it 6 or 5? I scream internally most buzzwords, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does anyone know of a better tool at the moment? All I want to do is just tell it to remove the duplicates. Like it's a texture packer. Hey, Wizard NJ. What was making Dragon? What made Dragon Sweeper 2? I don't know. I wonder if I can make that for the Game Boy too. I don't know. Free texture packer. Add images. Split sheet. Detect identicals. Texture, remove ext, prepend folder, find, scale, filter, pack results, export, fixed size, to padding, allow rotation, trim. What am I missing with all these? Like, has it been this long since I've actually made a game that I like can't remember how to split up a tile pack? Aseprite. Aseprite is built in? That would make my life. Welcome. Yes, the option merge duplicates should do it. Merge duplicates. Aseprite. How to find duplicate sprites. Duplicate view. Let me go here and let me show grid. Let's see if I make the grid here. The width is 6 by 8, so 6 by 8 is 48, 16. 48, 16. View, duplicate view. Duplicate view? I don't understand. What is it creating here? How to use Aseprite duplicate sprite. Finite. To use the duplicate sprite function on Aseprite, you can either duplicate a single sprite or create a new project with duplicates of the current sprite. You can duplicate the current sprite by right-clicking on the tab and selecting duplicate. No. This is not what I. How to find duplicate sprites in Aseprite. Duplicate the file and compare the changes, or use duplicate function in the sprite menu to create a separate project with the duplicated sprites. Alternatively, you can use duplicate. I don't think this. All thing else is doing is. I think all this is doing is just duplicating it for me. It's not actually creating a new. It's not going through and analyzing whether they're duplicate sprites. How to remove duplicate sprites in Aseprite? Manually delete them or utilize the merge duplications option during export. To do identical frames into one. Okay. Let me try that real quick. Let's do this. Grid. Snap to grid. Let's copy these two. We'll make a new file. I'm going to paste them in. The grid. Well, we don't even need to worry about the grid because it's going to technically be this, and we're going to do sprite crop. Then I'm going to make a new layer, and we'll just move that guy there. We should also probably just give them solid backgrounds so it's easier to figure out. All right, let me duplicate this layer. No, that was delete. And where is this export as a sprite sheet? Merge duplicates, visible layers, all frames, sheet by horizontal strip. Let's do it by columns. The sprite, visible layers, all frames. Let's open up the sprite sheet. There's no border, no spacing, no trim sprites, and output file. Let's export it. And what did it do for me? That's the file. I'm not doing this right, am I? Export. Sprite sheet. Ooh, wait a minute. What is it doing here? Layout by columns. Row by columns, packed. Merge similar frames can use the same sprite sheet rectangular area. By grid. Add or trim borders from each sprite in the sprite sheet. Okay, let's try that then. This is the grid, right? Whoops. View. All right, so we're going to export this as a sprite sheet. We're going to trim the sprites by the grid. All right, that added a border to everything. The layout. No constraints. Ignore empty. Border padding output. That didn't do anything for me. Ah, God, this is annoying. There's got to be this used to be like such a simple thing I would do all the time, and I can't remember now where I actually did this. All right, let's just ask ChatGPT. It's going to be easier. I have a PNG with 6 by 2 8 pixel by 8 by 8 pixel tiles. I want to find and remove the duplicates. What how can I do this? Use the Python. I do not want to use Python. This loads the image, cuts into 8 by 8 tiles, checks for duplicates. The tiles are... What are the tiles? What is the grid here? View. tiles are 48 by 16 each. This will now work with 48 by 16 tiles. Oh my god, do I even have... I don't even think I have Python. Why would I have Python installed in this computer? Brain's hurting. I need PowerShell. I don't have Python on here. I don't have Python. What are we doing here? Image magic plus bash CLI. Acepri GUI. Open the PNG, use sprite slice or tile grid setup. Copy paste tiles into new image only where they're different. You can use the edit duplicate checker manually. Oh. All right, let's go back to this again. What are we doing? We're using the sprite. Does anyone see a slice option? Duplicate sprite size. It's one size. Layer, frame, select view. Don't see that option either. I think ChatGPT is just giving me bullshit. Tiled map editor GUI. Import your images as a tile set. Use the stamp brush and manually find replacements. I don't... All right, hold on a second. Is there... Ugh, God, this is such a waste right now. But okay, I'm going to spin up a dev environment to run this on Windows. Sorry, you can hear the excitement in my voice. What do I need? Image magic? Sure. Let's just build a node workspace. Sprite. Test. All right. Let's do this the hard way. For those of you who've not seen this before, this is Coder, and this is a I've set up my own private like cloud dev environment so I can have something that's a little bit more portable between all my computers, and it's all running off of a very powerful Mac Studio for some planned AI work that I will be doing. But right now it is just going to do some stupid stuff for me. Let me drag this image in. This is what, tile patterns platform? Tile pattern sheet, right? It's basically Visual Studio Code in the web. And let's open up Terminal. And let's do this. I want the path. All right. I was having ChatGPT write me a little script real quick. All right, let's see here. And then what do I need to do? I need to create a script. New file. We're going to call this dedupe tiles.js. We'll paste this in here. And then let's run this and see what it does. Cool. Nailed it. It wouldn't be so bad if ChatGPT wasn't just so like confident that like it's gonna work. It's like the worst junior developer you could ever hire. You're running this command in .workspace, but the dedupe doesn't exist there. What? Shoot, what was the command that I just ran? Oh my god, give me the up. Oh my god, I'm so confused as to what's going on here. You're running the command in /workspace, but the file dedupe doesn't exist there. Did I just spell it wrong or something? I'm usually pretty good at doing that. Rename. Yep. All right. That didn't work either. Well, it gave me nothing. That means it's trying to crop beyond the image's edge. Log the image size before looping and add this await. Dedupe. Where does it want me? Log this image size before the loop. Using 48 by 16 tiles, only 3 columns and 9 rows fit. Update the loop limits like this. Why doesn't it just dynamically figure it out? Still, you still suck, chat. Figure it out. All right, give me the entire script. Come on, you can do this. Like, this is where I start getting super lazy now with the AI, because I could just normally, oh my god, stop with this Ridge Racer music. Clear. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Wrong place. Sorry. Can you give me something that actually works? Extract area, bad extract area, sharp buffer. Dude, what are you doing, man? Is this, do I have ChatGPT logged in here? That's not a promising sign. I guess if I'm going to do it, you might as well see me yell at the AI. Maybe that's a little bit more interesting. One password. Let's see. OpenAI. This is. All right. Got so much crap going on in here. Okay, let's see. Getting this error. Why are you so stupid? All right, that's not proper prompt engineering, by the way, for the kids at home. Let's fix this cleanly. Sometimes you just got to give it a little bit of tough love. Let's see if it works. No time. Why do you keep doing this? Sharp is immutable. You can't extract repeatedly from the same sharp instance. Fix the move sharp file inside the loop. Hey, there we go. Saved 20 unique files. That's not good. How do we have 20 unique files? My math was different. Okay. 20, you say, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then when I go into my math, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I guess what we need to do is figure out which ones it actually kept. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, we'll just move it over here. I wonder how I can... Yeah, didn't like that idea. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, fine. All right, we'll paste this guy in. Let's make my life a little easier here. Copy. Nope. Next song. All right. If anyone has a good royalty-free lo-fi hip-hop beat playlist on Spotify, please, for the love of God, just send me a link to it, because I can't... Whatever this royalty-free playlist is, like, I can't take this Ridge Racer music anymore. Copy. Alright, I'm out of water, so I'm going to copy all these things over, and then I'll take a quick break to go get some more water. But... I am curious to see how this got 20. I'm about to throw out the other one, actually. Once I get through these, I'll throw out the other one with all of the this stuff and see what it comes back with. With all the caps. So a big part of the problem is going to be I'm going to have to hard code a lot of the pattern matching logic for the Game Boy because it's not going to be powerful enough to figure it out on the fly. So I was just thinking in the back of my head, how am I really going to solve this cap thing where the tile has a cap at the end of it? Because right now I'm just using these bit flags, and let's see. One thing I want to ask ChatGPT is if there's a way we can compare all the different copy. Oh, empty? Really? I guess that is technically a pattern. Did I not think about empty? I guess not. 20, huh? Ugh, man, it's bedtime yet. Where was this? Let's start with this, and then we'll go from there. Where's my platform stuff? All right, counter. I'm going to paste this in. Oh, let me move this layer below. Counter. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't actually think I'm going to be writing any code today. I think it really is just mapping out all this stuff and making sure that I'm already missing stuff, that my math works. And then tomorrow, I think I'll start building out the basics of the level editor in the Game Boy. Although I need to do some, maybe that's what we'll do after this. Oops, I just hit the mic. Maybe what we'll do is some, we'll do some like UX ideation, and we'll sort of comp out what the screen should look like for the Game Boy to enter in these levels, because that'll also dictate sort of the patience that I will have for building all of this. The good news is that once I figure this part out, then what do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4. Once I figure this part out, then I will be able to start looking into 1, 2, 3, 4 random map generation on the Game Boy. Let's just do all the hard things today. All right, 13 it is. I swore that there was... Let me ask ChatGPT for a second here. Let me see if it can actually generate out. Okay. Right. I am trying to find all the possible patterns for my level editor. I have tiles that I have 8 by 8 tiles, and each pattern is 6 by 2. There can only be one. I feel like this is like one of those like if a train leaves Cincinnati at there can only be one row of platforms. Wait, hold on a second. I need to figure out all the possible unique patterns by using the top row as platforms. Platforms can be 2 tiles wide all the way up to 6 tiles, but platforms always have one empty tile between them. I want to generate out a sheet with all the possible variations and focus on seeing only the ones that are unique and remove all the other patterns that are horizontal or vertical flips of the prime patterns. My fingers have decided they're done typing. Let's see what it has to say for itself. No flipping yet. We'll just start by generating all the valid 6 tile wide row platform sizes. I'm fine with strings. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strings. Can you put it in a table? And I'm fine with strings. Can you make it a 4-column list and give each one a hex number? 00, 01, FF, etc. Great, here's the first part of the list. All right, yes. Okay, now someone's math is really wrong here. What the hell did it do? How did it come to that conclusion? Wait. Are you sure you have everything? This is what I was coming up with. Every word is spelled wrong. Thanks for the reference. Yes, your sheet shows more valid patterns than... Let's fix it by doing a full enumeration. Pattern 6... 5 or 6 minutes. Canonical deduped generational results. That's 17 valid strings, not 10. And it matches your screenshot. If I want, I can generate the JSON array to export this to a sprite sheet pattern directly. Let me know the next step. You are missing empty. And is there any way to get this all down to 16? All right, well, I'll figure this out. I'm going to get some water. I'll be right. Okay, I'm back. Let's see what it came up with. Here's a hand-picked set of 16 tiles that include one empty, all platform sizes, 2 to 6, balanced symmetry, variety. Wait, so what did it do? It just gave... So it basically gave me what I wanted? 0, F, 16... Wait, what did it... What the hell is it doing here? Zero F is 15. See, I don't trust anything this thing says right now. Every time you do this, you give me a different number. What is the real number of unique patterns? You can choose 16 representatives, ones if you want symmetry or palette limits, but 18 is the full set. I want the full set. All right, so 18 is what we're at. Excuse me. Wow, that was a louder burp than I thought it was going to be. Let me know if you want this in JSON, binary, or as a sprite grid. What I want is, if I removed 2 tile platforms and made the minimum size 3, how many would I end up with? Come on, you could do something. I get 10 unique patterns total. So this is the real problem. If we go back to our math sheet, patterns. So right now we were at 4 bits, but we'd be able to reduce it to 3 bits. And if we reduced it to 3 bits, so what would happen is if we reduce it to 3 bits, we can then represent an entire platform. Sorry, not 3 bits. I'm so sorry. We can represent it in 4 bits. 2, 4, 8, 16. We'd have 4 bits. We need a 5th bit for 5th and a 6th bit for the flipping. And that would give us 2 extra bits. So if we did... where's my calculator? If we did 50 bits divided by 6, that would be 8.33. So 9. Wait, my math is off. 50 divided by... Wait. What's going on here? There's... Okay, I just need to double check something. I was just doing this on the number of tiles, which is incorrect. I need to do them on the number of zones that we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 multiplied by 6 is 90. 90 divided by 8 is 11. It's 12 bits. 12 bytes. So we would lose 2 bytes. And then is the trade-off worth it to not have 2 by 2 tiles? I think having the 2 by 2 tiles is important. Because the map is so small. And when I look at these other maps that I've created, like that 2 by 2 tile platform really gives you a little bit of a challenge in what to land on. So we're at 18. Oh, wait, I have an idea. I don't know if this is going to work. Okay. I want the full set with 2 tile wide platforms. Is there any way to reduce it more by splitting the unique tiles in half and mirroring them horizontally? Yes, clever idea. Thank you. I've only been doing this for 40 years. Only define left half 3 bits, mirror horizontally. Three-bit binary string. Not all 3-bit halves generate valid mirrored patterns. You must discard mirror results that violate. Wait, what about how many can't be split? Oh, so I was hoping there'd be a lot more symmetry to it. There really isn't, so that's not... Can you help me visualize all the patterns? Yeah, sorry, I'm on mute. I'm just talking to myself. It's not like you're not missing much. It's just me trying to like figure this out. I was actually saying that I'm actually impressed that ChatGPT did this. Wonder if it matches up with what I have here. I hate when Acerpray gets into this weird mode where it doesn't want to let you drag the layers. All right, so we have empty. I'm just going to move these over to their corresponding ones. Let's move this up here. Whoops, wrong one. Here. Here. Wait. Was that it? No. Oh my god, all these are getting like mixed up now. Oh, it's here. This one is here. this one. Wait, what is going on here? Oh, I see. It's this one here. Which is technically this. We can flip it horizontally. Where is the 3? I think that's this one right here. This 3 one goes... It's like the world's worst puzzle. Also, aren't these the same? No, that one has multiple black. Oh, I need this border, but this is also screwing me up too. Well, this one's an easy one. This 3 1. All right, 4. Is really this. This 4 in the middle. Although, what's the difference between this one and this one? They look the same to me. I don't think I got these all correct. All right, 4 is here. This 2 by 3 or 1 by 2. This guy goes here. This one goes here. This one goes here because it's that. All right, we'll put that here. This one wait, did it just generate garbage? Yeah, like this one isn't valid. Ugh. My brain hurts. Why is this so hard? Oops, I keep hitting the mic too. It doesn't help. I don't even know where half of these ones are. this one's not even valid. This one goes here. Shoot. It's like I'm missing. You created this, but it's not valid. Since you can't have a 1x1 platform. And to say, I'm sorry, you're so right. Like, good catch. Okay, I'm not gonna make it today. I didn't get much sleep last night. Wait, you didn't even like talk to me about this? You just threw out some bullshit? Look, these are all the same. Like, you're... ChatGPT cannot be trusted. Like, just unequivocally, yeah. Whatever. It's the thing is just stupid. I'm curious what it found that I didn't. I bet you this generating out is not great, but let me go back and let's try. Excuse me again. Oh my God. So burpy today. Yeah, see, this is incorrect. Whatever it's doing here is just wrong. All right. I think because I'm not getting all these... I'm not getting all these correct, that staying within the... Where the hell did this go? I think keeping each platform at 1 byte is the best we're going to do. At least this way, if I screw up later on, I can come back and I still have room. Even though I have like 17, I can still use 32 as the next bit over from 16. All right. Let's do some other stuff just while I have a little bit more brain capacity. I'm still trying to think of in the back of my head, how am I going to get the caps to work? All right. Yeah, there's so many like odd rules that I'm going to need to handle in order to get this working. All right, well, the first thing that needs to happen is that we need to get all of these guys and create a new layer and fill them in here. And this is probably going to be a bigger issue because I don't know if I have enough hex numbers to fill up something this big. I guess this is... Ugh, I just thought of another problem. I think this is going to be more of a challenge because I don't know if I can have so many unique tiles. Let me do something real quick and $54. I want to see if I can get the rest of these in here. And then what we're going to do is, I think I just have to bring this into GB Studio and see if it'll let me generate out this much stuff. Yeah, so there's limits on how many unique tiles you can have. I didn't even think about that. Which is not good. Do. So who's getting a Switch too? I pre-ordered 2 of them, one for each of my boys, and I'm kind of curious to see if they actually show up or not. I don't think I trust Walmart. Best Buy maybe. But those are the only 2 places I was able to get it from. All right. Oh, you missed the pre-order. Yeah. It was sort of a shit show, so I don't think you missed too much. Are there any other unique characters? Honestly, how wide is this thing? I'm just going to borrow these sprites for a second. Oh. Let's take their letters. Although they don't have upper and lowercase, which is not easy to do in a... where's my... Eight by 8 pixel font. I actually, you know what? I have one somewhere. Let me actually go look it up. I have it as part of Pixel Vision 8. Game workspace. Jesse. Projects. Archive. Where's Pixel Vision 8? Here we go. Do I have... Sure, in here somewhere has got to be... FAMI. These are all the tools, system, libs, tools. Is anything... Where's the fonts? All right, hold on. I'm going to go on mute because there's something going on outside here. All right. Special templates. What is going on? Where are the PNG stuff? Content fonts. There we go. Whew. Thank God I found them. I think the large font has some uppercase and lowercase. I think I liked them. The medium one was good, but it's can I actually get two characters next to each other here? Just need to remind myself not to save. Okay, that works. I was just doing this to see if I can pull together enough of those, enough of these characters without ripping this font off, and I can just use my own Pixel Vision 8 font. But that's what I should wind up doing, is creating like 0, 1, 7, 8 to get to 9, and then yeah, I'm still going to be limited by the same 256, right? Because this area here is 20 by 10 is 200. So wait, what's going on here? Is this, I guess, does this thing not have, yeah, I guess this doesn't go up to 256. This is DEDF, and then next would be ED, or sorry, it'd be like E0, E1, 2. Okay, so I don't think that they did 256 things. So I guess the real question is, do I want to do this myself right now? Sure. What else do I got to do in my life? Let's do this sprite duplicate. Sure. And we're going to save this as in the Game Boy thing. Where's my Game Boy Studio? Assets. We're going to do a new one called Fonts. And we're just going to call this medium font. Whoops, I don't want to do this. And I want to get rid of this layer. Actually, this one. View, grid, show, grid. Why did I get rid of my grid settings? It's just supposed to duplicate that file. 8 by 8. Sprites, canvas size. We're going to make this 256 by 256. And while we're at it, let's get rid of this, make a new background layer. And I'm just going to copy over these colors. So this will be our background. Fill. And this will just be our text color. So what I'm going to do is, let me spread this out some more, and then I will, wait, this thing's not right. Snap, I need to snap the grid. All right, so there is a method to my madness. The reason why I'm about to go sit here and create 256 characters is because in order for me to swap out the tiles in the background, I actually need a unique tile for each one that's going to be swapped out. So if I don't do this now, it's going to be a problem later on anyways. So, and I'm hoping, I think I can come up with a quick pattern to figure this out so it's not so bad. I just need to... Actually, let's do some other things here real quick. I want to, if we're going to do this, I want to move this out of the way down here, and let's just create the numbers first. And we'll create the letters. A, B, C, D, E, D, E, F. Okay. So this is just the base hex system, right? We have 0 through 15 or 1 through 16. And what I was thinking of doing was, once we get past this, if we copy this, paste it, and shift it over, this would give us A. Because after 9, it goes to A. And then we would do A here. Actually, what we need to do is we need to actually move all these over. Okay. So the first row of these things is going to be like this. It's going to be this and 0. Let me grid. Let me stop snapping to the grid. So we're going to wind up with something like this. All right. All right. This is the way that it's going to work. What we're going to have to do is, I'm going to copy this real quick, and I'm going to undo all this, and I'll show you why in 1 second. All right, so we paste this down, and this is our first real row of numbers. Because I'm doing this a little bit backwards, technically it should be the inverse, where the outside number stays as 0 and goes up. So this is just counting backwards. I don't really care right now. I just want to get these actually working. So to illustrate what I'm talking about, I need to copy and paste this, put this here, and now I need 1, because we're going to be incrementing that number. Wait. And we're going to paste that here. Copy, paste. I probably would have had ChatGPT do it, but I don't trust it. And honestly, even though this is a little bit monotonous, I'll get it done right. Maybe. All right, this is off by 1, but I don't think anyone would ever notice. Cool, we just had to do this 200 more times or something like that. Just trying to think if there's a way I can speed this up a little bit. I bet you if I did it this way. Seven, 8. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now, can we do this like this? Let's move this up here. Then we'll paste this down here. And just keep pasting each one and then copy that one across. I need to get rid of the grid. Whoops, no. Grid settings. I want to see the grid. I just want to get rid of the snap to grid because I need to move all of this stuff over. There we go. So now, and then go back to snap grid. All right. Oh, this is going to be so much faster. All right. Glad I thought that through. I think pretty soon I'm going to take a break. I'm going to test this out to see if I can get this actually working in Game Boy Studio, this gigantic font. And then if I can get that working, I'm going to call it a day. And then tomorrow I will continue, and tomorrow we'll actually start building something. I promise. It's just a lot of legwork that goes into planning something as complicated as this. Whew. All right. So that's everything. Grid. And now I just got to move these back over this way. And that will be the whole font. But what I need to do is I actually need to mix this now with the, let's do this. Open. Ugh, now we got to go find that. Archive. Maybe it's just in this one. I don't remember what all these fonts are. Oh, this was the This is one of those Commodore fonts. I actually sort of liked it because it had so many weird like characters and stuff in it, but this is not what I want to use. I want... Ugh, no, this is not the right font. Open. Does this have a font? No. It's. I remember I had the fonts in the system somewhere. So what I needed to figure out was P64, SDK, Platform Player Runner, UI. No, those are all code files. There's... Cool. I used to have like fonts and stuff. Default font. How is that the... That's not my default font. Where the hell am I getting this stuff from? Let's just assume that the font, there we go, should be in the font folder, right? Close enough. All right. I'm going to copy this one over. Oh, wait. More C64 fonts are here. I'm just looking up the link. Thanks. Just saw that. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of like interesting places. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of places that have created fonts. This one's interesting because it has it inverts the colors or the fonts. I like that, but that's an interesting way of getting more characters out. But yeah, so they're dealing with the same problem I'm dealing right now, is that they have 256 characters they need, and that's what I need in order to fill up that whole area. But this font will do for right now. Oh my god, when they start talking in the music, it's like... Here we go. All right, let's paste this in here and fix this. All right, so what I was going to do was, let's move all of this down. Wait, I have to look in a second why there's one of them just got garbled. I think I need to take a nap. Busy day of not doing much on the Game Boy. That's for sure. I did do a good amount of work over the weekend. I'm not terribly worried about the actual game itself. This is where like 90% of my time is going to be. All right, give me the stupid snap to grid. All right, so what I'm going to do is just create I'm going to create a font. Actually, I'm going to delete this for a second. I can always get it back somewhere else, maybe. I was wondering if, oh, hey, that works. Interesting. Okay, I have an idea for how to duplicate that part of it. What we're going to do is we're going to invert the colors. All right, just banning someone real quick. All right. So now, let's just go back to fixing this. 9. I was actually just thinking about something that, because I did all these hex numbers, that actually would allow me to do a smaller font for the numbers, because I can pair them together. But that's okay. That's one of those, hey, I'm really tired thoughts, and it's great, brain. You have some ideas, but we all have ideas. And my idea right now is to get this working and over with. Actually, let's just move this over so we have a blank space. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. I just want to move this over here. I'll do the punctuation and stuff in a minute. I actually think we might have enough right now. What I was trying to figure out was if I took this, well, I'll just wind up moving it up, I guess. All right, so let's do the characters. At some point, I'll fix this so that they're going to be in the correct ASCII order. But for right now, this is just going to act as a tile map. All right, and then here, and then we'll do this. And then how do we invert this? Sprite, edit. Sure, invert the colors, I don't care. That's weird that those didn't get changed. Are they on a different level or something? Okay, don't know what's going on there. All right, so, oh, you know what it is? This was I'm trying to draw on the, oh wait, that was a stupid move. First off, let's do this. Let's isolate this. I was trying to draw when it was snapped to grid, so it just makes like a dot somewhere. Basically what I'm doing is I want to invert this, and this will give us another set of numbers, although I think 256. I think we have more than enough. Let's just give it a try. What do we have to lose? And then let's get all these guys, and we're going to make them light. Oh, it's so stupid. Grid, snap to grid, get that off. There we go. All right, that's a shit ton of tiles. So let's do this, and I want to see now sprite crop, sprite size 256 by 152. One 5.2 divided by 8, 19. Okay, I just want to do some back of the napkin math just to make sure that I have this correct. And we're going to save this as GB Studio, GB Metatiles, Assets, Plugins, Projects. Oh, let me put this into my actual thing. So Reaper, I'm going to make this a background for right now. All right, now let's see if GB Studio has a problem with this guy. Background contains too many unique 8x8 tiles, 606 where the limit is 192. That's going to be a problem. Okay, so that's what I thought was going to happen. The issue is that we only have 192 unique tiles. Like if I play this, I think it's just going to, I think like certain tiles are going to run into memory in different places and it's just going to override each other. So what'll probably wind up, what I'm going to wind up having to do is I'm going to take these unique tiles, I'm going to redo this meta tile map, and I'm going to add in, let's see, we can do 192. So 192 divided by 64 would be 3 rows, or 192. 96 by 96. I mean, I think this is working only because I'm not everything is actually attached to anything in memory. But all right, let's try it that way. We could keep it like this, and then maybe, let me see here. How wide is this? Give me, now I want Shift S. This is 128 by 128. If I take this, take these meta tiles, and we do sprite canvas 128 by 128 Wait, 128 divided by 8 and 16 multiplied by 16 is 256. So now I know why that other font didn't have the full 256, because you can't even put that into memory on the Game Boy. Let me do the math here. 128 divided by 8. 16 multiplied by 16 is still 256. 16 divided by 2 is 8. All right, so we can only have 8 rows. So 8 multiplied by 8 is 64. All right, we're going to make this 64. That can't be right. Is that really... There's got to be more canvas size. Hold on. Let's look this up, because there might be some other trick or something I'm missing on GB Studio. GB Studio, how many unique tiles can you have? A maximum of 192. This can vary based on the scene's configuration, whether using a color palette. The exact number of unique tiles available depends on how many. If your background uses less than 120 tiles, you can use 96 sprite tiles, and each background tile above 128 reduces. Okay, I get it. I remember now how the Game Boy was set up. Is basically it takes the 256 by 256 pattern or texture or whatever you want to call it, and then it divides it in half, and then half of it are for the sprites and the other half are for these tiles. In most scene types for games using monochromatic or color plus monochromatic, the background image can contain no more than 192 unique 8x8 tiles at once. Shoot. This is a big problem. Because 20 by 10 is 200, and I'm out of unique tiles. But that's fine. Not every single tile needs to be replaced. So, okay, let's just figure this one out. This Kenny G garbage is also putting me to sleep. I'm just trying to think of what I need to reduce in order to... I didn't even think about this. Well, there's 2 extra things here, but we'll leave that for anything else. I'm going to save this. And let's go back into here and see if we can get this to update itself. Also, let's just delete this. Did I save this as a tile map or as a level? Meta tiles. I think I saved this as a tile map, right? Tile sets. Backgrounds, meta tiles, and let's save. Yes, and then we will do switch project, reload assets. Why is this not updating? Let's save the project. Let's switch the project. Oh, there we go. It just loaded up. All right. So now the real question is, any tile that I use and replace will automatically go everywhere else. So like here, for example, if I opened up GB Studio, meta tiles, assets, backgrounds, and placeholder, this meta tile level. Okay, so here, if you remember correctly, if you saw it earlier, I'm basically using this tile to load in other tiles for my test. So if I do this and move it to different places, then save it. Now, when I come back into here, we'll do reload assets, and you see we have the A's there. Let's rebuild this now. All right, meta tile background is too small. It must be 160 by 144. Cannot read properties of undefined reading to string. I have no clue what the hell that means. Palettes, images, tile set. This tile set is not updated. So let's do this. File, save as. Sprites, backgrounds, meta tiles. No, I already did that. What I'm looking for are tile sets. Let me save this. Yes. Go back into GB Studio. Reload assets. Yeah, it doesn't like this idea. Let me save and switch projects. I already saved. Thank you. All right, so we have that. Now we go to sprites, not sprites. We go to game world images. There we go. Why is this not updating? Assets, backgrounds, meta tiles. All right, we'll copy this. We're going to delete this. And then we're going to rename this. And now we're going to come back in here. Everything's going to be broken. We're going to reload the assets. And, whoa. Why is this dude caching everything? Let's try to build again. It's probably going to give me the same error. For some reason, this isn't building in memory. I wonder if it has something to do with... Oh, hey, look, it built. All right, so things are a little wacky right now. That's fine. I'll go back and fix it. But if I hit... Whoops, if I hit B... Oh, look at that. This plugin actually doesn't do that. And before, what I was doing is that I was actually, if I replaced a tile, it replaced it everywhere. This is actually replacing it one by one. So I may not even have to do this stupid thing where I put down, oh, this then let's go back. I don't want this. File, save as. We are in Reaper Boy, assets, tile sets, meta tile sets. We'll save this here. Yes. And then we are going to save as, come back up here, go into backgrounds. We're going to get rid of this font test because this is garbage. And we're going to replace meta tiles. We'll hit save. And now back in GB Studio, we will reload the assets, go to our game world, and rerun this and see if this will build. I was not really expecting that to happen. So I guess as long as the tile exists, it will let me replace any one of them. All right, so although I broke the colors, I don't know how I broke the colors. It's fine. I can always just rebuild this. Oh, cool. When it closed, it just like got out of GB Studio altogether, huh? I'm just going to come in here and see if I can change some of these. All right. I'm just going to see if changing these palettes just refix the sort of palette shift. If not, I can rebuild this pretty easily. Like I understand now how the plugin works. Part of my goal is to try to get this game to be as small as possible too. I mean, that's why I'm hoping that by doing some of this pattern matching stuff for the tile map editor, that will give me some extra space in other places. Come on, you can build. I don't know how I broke this, but let me see. I should have a backup. Let me, do you want to change? Yeah, sure. Save my changes, whatever. I want to open up, where's, I don't have, hold on. Let me see if I can switch over to my Mac real quick and copy this over. So many computers around me. What am I going to do? I need to open up Parsec and go into my server for a split second and just copy this over. Where's my studio? There is an archive folder that has a backup, which I took a backup of everything yesterday. And in this backup are my workspace, Jesse Freeman, projects, GB Studio. All right, I'm just going to move this to, oh wait, there's a temp folder. Oh no, I don't want, there's stuff in there that I don't want. All right, let's see if opening this project, I probably should have done version control, but I'm an idiot. Oh, wait, what's going on? Why am I not seeing? What? There we go. Come on. Cool. Well, my PC is deciding that it wants to cache this. I have one other place I can throw it into and see if this works. Let's throw it into capture. If not, I'll just deal with this tomorrow. I think I'm running. Yep. I don't have the patience for this right now. Let's see. Oh my God, where's my... Yeah, Windows is caching my... It's not showing me any new files. So, okay. You know what? I think this is the time that I start wrapping up for the day. But what I'm going to do tomorrow, outside of probably having to fix that whole project, is that I'm going to build out the basic tile map editor. And what I want to do is get it to a place where I can select a tile, draw it, and just start getting that basic stuff going. So I'm going to start streaming tomorrow at 9. And yeah, we'll build the tile map editor and we'll see how it goes. So thanks everyone for watching, and have a good night.